Hey, this is Jim at Broadfield. Thanks for joining us here every Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Those of you who tuned in last week saw the NAB wrap-up video. The first feedback I got after I got back to my desk after doing that webinar was that I did not use the dirty word. I did not use the word tariff a lot throughout that show. As the marketing guy, I really do try to stick to the positive messages that come out of the show. But tariffs was a point of conversation in a lot of our meetings at NAB. And our CEO, Gary Patan, issued a statement from Broadfield on what our tariff policies will be. And that is that we are going to act as your ally in trying to make sure we get the products to our dealers and to your customers at the best pricing we possibly can. Obviously, this is the reality of the world we're living in today. It is rapidly changing, and we are trying to stay on top of those changes and communicate those changes to you as quickly as possible. If you are working on large bids, requests for quotes, work with our sales team. Let's be transparent. Let's work together on when we think these opportunities are going to close, and we can get you the best information that's available at any given time. Today, what I want to talk about is NETGEAR, and it's going to be a little bit of a different show because I am not introducing the M4250 or M4350 switches. I know a lot of our dealers are very familiar with these switches and know how well they work in the AV applications and the pro AV space. What I want to talk about today is a great sales resource that's made available from NETGEAR. NETGEAR has this reference sheet that walks through their entire product line of switches. In fact, if you're joining us today on Broadfield.live, you can download the PDF version of this reference sheet to get a quick comparison to all the different switches available. So what I wanted to do was kind of walk you through that reference sheet, educate you and your sales team on how to best use it, and highlight some of the top selling switches along the way. Obviously, when we look at these sales sheets and we look at these switches, the first thing we're going to look at is the number of inputs available, making sure that you get the switch that is properly sized for your workflow and your application, making sure that it has PoE, PoE Plus, or PoE Plus Plus, the power over Ethernet capability to match your production needs, and of course, the total power delivery. That TPD is the number that's going to tell you whether or not you have the power to control all of the PTZ cameras, controllers, and other devices that are going to be installed and powered over the network. Fortunately, NETGEAR has a lot of switches to choose from, and within those choices, they have TAA compliant models available as well. So if you are selling into the government space and your customers are looking and asking specifically for TAA compliant products, know that some of these switches that we walk through have a system model available with that TAA nomenclature, letting you and your customers know that these switches are TAA compliant. If you have questions about which model specifically to work into your production workflow, if you have a quote that's out there that needs to be changed to the TAA compliant model, reach out to your Broadfield sales team. We have this great little cheat sheet that we can make available to you as well, and we can make sure that we get you the right switch for all of your applications. So we're going to start by walking through the M4250 series. This is the first in the Pro AV line of switches released by NETGEAR, allowing you to get the full production capabilities for your NDI, NDI-HX, Dante Audio, and Dante AV workflows. The M4250s are combined to give you that best support, allowing you to easily configure each of the individual ports, allowing you to match the product that is connected to it. As you will see, there are a lot of different models available in this M4250 product line. And with this handy little comparison chart, you can see some of the different capabilities, including the total number of ports, PoE ports, the PoE type, and total power delivery. It even gives you a breakdown of some of the additional features, including the types of I/O connections. The M4250 starts with two of their desktop models. These are small, compact models that really can be implemented easily in portable and mobile workflows. These desktop models allow you to sit next to products like a TriCaster Mini Go or a TriCaster Mini 4K or TriCaster Mini X, where you're looking for that portable application, set things up in a podcast studio, for an example, and still get that NDI network capability with some PoE capabilities. The desktop models have a total of 10 inputs with either 220 or 110 total power being delivered from these switches. Next up in the series, we're going to talk about the switches with your 12 ports. These switches can get you up to 720 watts of total power delivery. So if you're setting up a simple NDI workflow where you're powering one or two cameras, you can start with the 4212. Or you can go to the 4212PX or UX to get more PoE capabilities with more power delivery, allowing you to expand your multi-camera NDI Dante AV workflows. This becomes increasingly important as more and more devices are starting to be added and put over the network. Once you start working with your clients and show them how quickly and easily you can deploy additional devices with a single Ethernet connection, they're going to be looking for more of that capability, and having that switch with the overhead to handle it is going to be a great piece of advice for your installations. The 4250 also has 14 and 16 input devices, and these allow you to really expand those networks to support higher devices. You can even go as much as 30 and even 48 connections on some of these M4250 switches, and obviously we can work with you to help you determine not only from the cheat sheet, but which switch is going to be best for all of your production needs. You can see on these 48 input switches, you can set up an NDI workflow environment with PoE and total power delivery of over 2,800 watts. This is going to allow you to really set up that implementation over some of your more advanced staged and venue productions. Having the right switch to meet all of your clients' needs is going to be more crucial than ever, allowing you to set up the best AV over IP workflow. Next up, of course, is the segue to the M4350 switches. The M4350 switches includes models that are certified and tested for ST2110 workflows. Of course, these are going to also give you the capability to work with your traditional AV over IP workflows like we talked about already with the M4250. They're also going to add redundant power supplies and additional capabilities that match those broadcast specs. The M4350, again, has quite a few models available, and you'll see some of the highlighted ones here with the TAA compliant SKUs. As we go through this comparison chart, you will see the different I/O connections, total wattage on PoE, and total power delivery. The 4350, if you looked at them from just a high-level overview, I always like to point out these three models, which are going to give you either 28 or 52 total ports, allowing you to get the PoE or PoE++, PoE plus I should say, or plus plus, with as much as 3,000 watts of total power delivery. So you're getting a ton of power out of these switches, allowing you to really set up your broadcast AV workflows. Of course, the great thing about all the M4250 and M4350 switches is that these are fully managed switches that can fit into any of your production needs. You can easily use that comparison chart that is available. You can pull up the specs. You can talk to our sales engineers here at Broadfield to find the right switch that fits into your production needs. Of course, we'll always recommend working with your clients to upsize the switch a little bit, allowing you that future upgradability and room for growth. When you can go in and talk to your clients about upgrade opportunities, the additional camera to install to increase their productions, it allows you to build that relationship that lets you knock on their door time and time again without changing out equipment that they have already invested in. And of course, all of these switches are used and managed with NETGEAR's Engage platform. The Engage 2.0 is now released and allows you to control all of your AV switches from anywhere, giving you all of that capability. Let's check out this video on Engage.
Management and installation of Ethernet switches for AV over IP networks can sometimes be a daunting task. An improperly set up network can ruin the entire AV experience. Enter the NETGEAR Engage controller, a free portable app that removes the complexity from network configuration and management in AV over IP installations using M4250 and M4300 switches. The controller automatically detects all the switches, permitting effortless firmware upgrades, profile configurations, and much more. Easily centralize the pre-configured port-based AV profiles, lighting protocols, and other setups. Visualize and centrally manage your AV network for perfect configuration across switches. The NETGEAR Engage controller.
So again, this cross-reference sheet is available right here on Broadfield Live. It will be available on the NETGEAR page on the Broadfield website. You can reach out to your Broadfield sales team. We can get that available to you as well. If you're looking at this cross-reference chart and there are things on here that maybe don't make sense to you, you're not quite familiar with, maybe you just need to brush up some of your capabilities or train a new salesperson coming into your team, NETGEAR has released their NETGEAR Academy with free training available on the NETGEAR AV product line. You can learn all the differences between the switches, when the M4250 and M4350 are going to be right for your AV over IP needs, and how they integrate into all of your production environments. Whether you're tackling this from a pro AV perspective in corporate, education, or house of worship, or broadcast AV with event productions, live productions, or sports productions, NETGEAR AV has the right switch for you. And with free access to the NETGEAR Academy, not only can you learn some of those basic tools, but you can also get the certification to help allow you to offer these services to all of your customers. And of course, even with that certification, there's different tricks that do come up along the way, and you can reach out to the NETGEAR AV team by ProAVDesign at NETGEAR.com to get their expert advice to help configure the right workflow and right solution for all of your installations. If you have any questions, you can reach out to NETGEAR directly using that ProAVDesign email address, or of course, reach out to your Broadfield sales team at 800-634-5178. We do have a sales engineering staff here available to help you with all of these questions. We have several people on the team who have already taken the NETGEAR Academy and have those NETGEAR certifications, and we can help you and your team as well. Thank you for tuning in this week. Join us every Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time for lots of great and helpful information for all of your production needs.
Broadfield Distributing is a value-added distributor of live production, streaming, video editing, and storage products. We only sell to resellers. We are always looking for new dealers, so call us at 1-800-634-5178 or email sales@broadfield.com. You'll like doing business with Broadfield because we make it easy to do business.